In this video, I'm going to give you guys some eye training techniques and routines and explain why they help your aim and vision. In the past, I've used these techniques in coaching sessions with a Radiant and an Apex Predator as well as many others. If you've ever been peeked from an angle you weren't expecting and killed without being able to react because your peripheral vision just wasn't good enough, make sure you stick around until the end because I think I found a solution for you. If you have no idea why you'd even eye train, think about it like this. In your eyes, there's a lens that functions by directing light onto your retinas. These retinas then convert that light into electric potentials, which roughly half of your brain then translates into vision. In order to look around, small muscles have to rotate the eyes to reposition the lens and retina. These muscles are activated. This skill gets trained a lot, and normal aim training challenges this about as much as it's needed in my opinion. However, your eye muscles also require other skills. They need to be able to follow objects smoothly, and this is not effortless to learn. Most of the time when you're tracking a target in an aim train or in game, you're just following it by actually tracking it with your hand, and therefore it stays in the center of your screen, and you don't train your eye muscles as much as is needed. This skill is useful for times when you're flicking to a moving target or tracking a difficult target, but I don't believe scenarios train this skill enough, similar to how most people don't think games train your aim enough, even if aim is useful for ranked games. I believe that there's no 3D game that really trains this skill enough, which is why I think 2D aim trainers are great for practicing this. The one I found is aim400kg.com. For the sake of training your eye's ability to follow targets smoothly, I'd recommend using their tracking scenarios. A lot of people will tell you that 2D aim trainers aren't useful, and that 2D mouse skills cannot be transferred to 3D games. This is partially true, however, it's also partially not true. To understand this, we actually have to break down what aim is. When you aim, you have to see the target to recognize it, and then you have to understand what motion is needed to get to the target, and then you actually have to move your mouse to the target. When you practice 2D aim, you will not be working on your ability to understand what is needed to flick to a target perfectly. When you're doing the 2D aim trainer, your goal is to be able to work on your ability to see the enemy. Your primary focus is treating this like eye training. So while you lose the benefit of having to track a 3D target, you gain the benefit of having a target that will not stay in the center of your screen and instead move around so that you can track it with your eyes. If you were to just AFK a 2D aim trainer and watch the target move, you'd get this benefit as much as if you were to aim at it. What choosing to move your mouse does is work on the third aspect of aim, your ability to control your mouse and move onto the target. This 2D aim trainer forces you to apply some focus onto moving your hand. I've heard a lot of people argue that eye training itself isn't that useful as you aren't getting to practice your ability to control your mouse, and I found a way around that. You just do 2D aim trainers. No, this is not sponsored. Make sure you subscribe so that someone will sponsor me and give me money. If you were to actually leave your house and visit the world occasionally, there are also some ways you can train the skill outside. For example, if people are playing football, you can follow the ball with your eyes whether you're playing or not. If cars are driving by, you can follow them with your eyes. Anything to get better with this following motion because it will help you improve at FPS games, which is the true meaning of life. Going outside and getting sun comes with other benefits as well. When your eyes are exposed to sunlight, basically they get triggered to maintain their health. Sunlight exposure to the eyes has a variety of health and mental health benefits. This does not mean looking directly into the sun, but just walking around outside where it is bright. If it starts to hurt, don't look at the sun or look at something that hurts, but just get some light exposure. If you want more details on exactly what this is doing, I'd recommend checking out episode 24 of the Huberman Lab podcast. While I'm at it, I should mention that getting vitamin A will help you improve your health in your eyes as well. If you never get any, your vision will be very bad and you could go blind. If you get a healthy amount, you'll be able to see well, and if you get a superhuman amount, then you actually will not get insane vision, and it's possible that you'll put your health at risk. When you're focused on a screen or a book or something close to you, some muscles will bend a lens in your eye that allows you to focus more on something closer to you, and when you look off into the distance, these muscles are allowed to relax. Very rarely are you able to do this while you're inside. You usually have to go outside to allow the muscles to relax, but if you have a 20 foot by 20 foot room, you could stand in one corner and stare at the other and you'd probably be able to get the relax benefit as well. If what you're looking at is far away, you'll likely feel your eyes relaxing. This relaxing is really good for preventing strains and keeping your eyes healthy. It's typically recommended that that you do a half an hour of relaxation for every 90 minutes spent doing whatever up close work you do. However, if you're thinking there's no way I'd ever be able to do that, doing some of this is better than doing none at all. So just try to look at the distance every now and then and let your eyes relax. You can also train this ability to use these muscles by sticking your hand in front of your face and then pulling it closer and then further, kind of as a near-far exercise, which would have a dual function of actually training your eye's ability to track, but I don't know if this tracking motion will actually apply in game or exactly how it transfers. Another way you could practice this focusing is to gaze off into the distance and then to look at something really close to you. Allow your eyes to relax and then focus intensely. The only in-game application I see to this is the ability to switch more quickly from being very focused on your crosshair and the 3 pixels around it to being more focused on your entire monitor. I'm not even entirely sure if this is an issue or if it'll help people in game or make a noticeable difference or whatever, but it's worth a shot if you're willing to try it. When you are focused on your crosshair or a specific angle, you do still need to be able to react to people who peek other angles. Schulte Tables claim to be able to give you this ability. A Schulte Table is a free browser-based online game. To play it, you simply go to their website, which I linked in the description, and play the classic original mode. Stare at the square in the center and use your peripheral vision to find the square labeled 1. Click it and then move on to 2, then 3, then keep going until 25. There's a pretty high chance you'll occasionally cheat and scan the board with your eyes, and that's fine. Just try to avoid doing it too often. If you've had results on Schulte Tables, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear it. Again, I'm not paid to say this. Schulte Tables is giving me nothing, but subscribe and maybe I will be. Also, I was just approved as a Metafy expert, so if you want me to coach you, then you can feel free to use my Metafy links in the description.